Hello everybody, and welcome to my first video. The topic of this video today is going to be the prequels. When some people hear the word prequels, they automatically cringe. Some people say it's just the terrible writing, or Hayden Christensen's bad acting, or maybe just Jar Jar Binks. But in my opinion, a lot more credit needs to be given to the prequels than has been. The prequels, while being almost of its own different genre than the original trilogy, do have incredible importance to the Star Wars story. They tell the story of Anakin Skywalker and his fall to the dark side. This is mostly due to his love for Padme Amidala and his distrust for the Jedi Order.
How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair.
And it is through his love for her that Senator Palpatine, also known as Darth Sidious, took advantage of him by promising him unseen power through the dark side to save her from death that he had foreseen in his dreams. The movies also let us know how the Sith rose to power and the interesting devices that they used to get in power. In some ways, it is very admirable how Chancellor Palpatine was able to slip under the radar of the Jedi so effectively and find himself in the leadership position of the entire galaxy. A position the Sith hadn't been in for a very, very long time. Now yes, these movies are flawed in their writing and execution. There are some unbearable scenes.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
And some characters that some might say are irritating.
Misa called Jar Jar Binks.
But in my opinion, Jar Jar is definitely still a more relevant character than Rose is in the sequel trilogy.
That's how we're gonna win. Not fighting what we hate. Saving what we love.
I still believe that they are great movies, with great battle scenes, some great acting actually, and great storytelling. Some of the set pieces are absolutely beautiful, and the characters are unforgettable. The universe is definitely Star Wars, and haters of the prequels cannot deny that. Without the prequels, there wouldn't be things like the Clone Wars TV show, or many of the amazing books that have come out to help fill the gaps between the movies and the shows, and to expand on the wonderful universe that is Star Wars. I grew up watching the prequels. For my good grades, my dad rewarded me by giving me a VCR of the prequel movies one at a time. So, the first Star Wars that I was really exposed to was the prequels, and that was my introduction to what would become my favorite sci-fi universe. Don't get me wrong, I do love the sequels, and I do agree that the sequels do have more merit in many places than the prequels do, but that doesn't make the prequels any less important. I enjoy them personally. I love the prequels very much. I played lots of games that took place during the prequel era, such as Clone Commando.
Woohoo! Eat plasma, you stupid droid!
And I loved playing the clones in Star Wars Battlefront 2, which was my favorite game growing up. And I also still currently watching lots of lore videos talking about the prequel era, and the Clone Wars, and the Jedi Order as it was before the Sith took over. But, just like the sequel trilogy, the prequel trilogy are definitely Star Wars for a generation. People that were children in the 80s and 90s definitely preferred the sequels because that was the Star Wars that was popular at the time and had come out, and it was like what all the toys and all the commercials and all the marketing was based on. But for kids that were born in the 90s, like in 1995, like me, when the prequels were coming out, that was the Star Wars we were exposed to. And just like the sequels that are coming out now, people that are in middle school and high school that are seeing these sequels, this is their Star Wars. This is what they think of when they see Star Wars because it's all over the place. Each of the trilogies has their own strengths and weaknesses and merits, but I believe that the prequels definitely have their own special place in Star Wars fans' hearts, whether they like to admit it or not. The generational differences between the prequels, original trilogy, and sequels are what gives each of these trilogies character. We can see evolution in the special effects and the generation of actors that played in these movies. We can also see differences in the fans. In conclusion, I believe that even though the prequels are upsetting to a lot of people, they are very important to the Star Wars universe. They are flawed in some ways, but they are the Star Wars for a generation, just like the original trilogy and the sequels are. They reflect their audience. They reflect the people that they were made for through their acting, special effects, and storylines. So, in my opinion, I love the prequels, and I think every Star Wars fan, no matter how much they argue, does as well. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe and like my videos, as I will be posting a new video every week. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about the prequels. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you think they're still relevant? Do you think that the Star Wars universe could go without them? Also, let me know any other Star Wars topics you'd like me to talk about. Thanks for stopping by Everything Star Wars. Have a good day.